We're headed to Kyoto, where we made matcha with the samurai, fought the crowds at the torii gates, cycled to hidden gems with the local, ate our way through Osaka, and had a picnic from a Netflix famous coffee shop. So join us as we share some of the top things to do in Kyoto, and hang around till the end to hear our final thoughts.
Tokyo Station is one of the bigger and busier stations. It's a mix of a train station, shopping mall, and high-end food court. This is where you can purchase food like a bento box for the Shinkansen. If it's your first time taking the Shinkansen from this station, we recommend that you get here early. There may be confusing things like the green car not being on the green line, but on the blue line. Also, you don't have to wait in line to buy a ticket. You can use the SmartX app. The Shinkansen is quiet, comfortable, and has Wi-Fi. It's roughly 15,400 yen from Tokyo to Kyoto, and you can purchase food and drinks, but like the price, it changes based on the train, class, and other variables. Welcome to Nohga. It's located less than a mile from Gion and Kiyomizu Temple. They have a cafe and bakery in the lobby, but Kyoto has so many other good options, we recommend checking those out. Here's the room tour. Got the nice little closet and everything. There's the toilet with the sink. And here is the super sexy bathroom. This thing is beautiful. Video's not doing it justice, but. And then over here, very nice dual head shower. And of course the bath. We got 2 beds because the lady likes her space. Nice TV, and let's go check out the view of Kyoto. It is overcast, but still pretty excited to get out there and have some fun. So this is the gym. You got your cardio, you got your weights. They go up to 22 kilos. Space is a little tight. How's it going, babe? And you got your towels. So, standard hotel gym. They have laundry machines, but we talked to a guest and found a few things out. 1, it's nearly impossible to get a machine. 2, they take a long time, over 4 hours in some cases. 3, there are laundromats in Kyoto. That's what Alicia and I did, and it was really quick. They also give you a free drink token for a non-alcoholic beverage. We were asked not to take video, but we were allowed to take photos. Bikouen was founded in 1872, and this samurai-style Japanese tea ceremony was hosted by Kentaro Hashimoto and Angela. They're 5th-generation owners, and as Kentaro takes everyone through the experience, Angela can narrate in Japanese, English, and Chinese. The flick of Alicia's wrist was so fast, it made her a natural when it came to the do-it-yourself portion. She's great. We tried to book a tea ceremony 2 weeks in advance, but we didn't see any openings. But our hotel was able to find Bikouen for us. We were able to get in with a group of about 30 other people. So where Alicia was quick and precise, I was slow and clunky. And for embarrassing her and this beautiful matcha, she took this picture of me. Luckily, the matcha was so good I didn't care what I looked like. A few other things we think you should know. As you can see, we sat on the floor, but they also have seats. They let you take posed pictures after. You can buy matcha chocolates at the end, and we recommend you get the matcha chocolates. After the tea ceremony, we felt like it was time for a beer, and checked out Kyoto Beer Lab, a small brew pub located on the banks of the Takase River. They produce beer using tea leaves from Wazuka, Kyoto. The green tea IPA paired perfectly with the edamame and the karage chicken. Definitely check it out if you like craft beer.
Based on a recommendation, we decided to have dinner at Itsukichaya in Pontocho. We loved the murals on the walls, and whiskey highballs were promptly ordered. They serve a seasonal prefix meal that's beautifully presented. They explained what each dish was and the best way to eat it. Our meal featured several Wagyu dishes as well as shark fin. It was definitely an interesting meal, but I can't say we'd go back. We stopped at Ichikawaya to fuel up before our private tour of Kyoto. It's located in a 200-year-old building near our hotel, and it's known for its in-house roasted coffee beans and fruit sandwiches. We were lucky enough to snag a seat at the bar and watch the cafe owner brew each cup of coffee himself. They even hand-whipped the cream for my Vienna coffee. This first stop on our tour is Fushimi Inari Shrine, and Fushimi Inari is the Shinto god of rice. Foxes were thought to be Inari's messengers, so you see them as you walk around. The shrine was established in 711 AD, so that's about 1300 years old. People come here to pray for bountiful harvests, business prosperity, and all kinds of other wishes. This is the Senbon Torii, and it's a hike covered by roughly 1,000 torii. It takes 2 to 3 hours to complete, but you can turn back at any time. We hear that if you want to take pictures without crowds, it's good to start early, walk down further, or do both. We're waiting in line to see a stone, but it's not just any stone. It's the Omokoro-ishi. As you approach the stone, you make a wish, and then you lift the ball-shaped stone. If you feel it's lighter than you expected, your wish will come true. And if it's heavier, well, it's not meant to be. Welcome to Kiyomizu Temple. Also, shrines are Shinto and temples are Buddhist. This temple is over 1,250 years old and is the place where Kannon is worshipped. He is the deity of great mercy and compassion. His 11 faces and 42 arms represent this great compassion. He's enshrined in Hondo, the main hall. The stage at Hondo Hall is pretty historic. People believe that if they survived the 43-foot jump from the stage, their wishes would come true. 234 jumps were recorded, and 85.4% of the jumpers survived. The practice was banned in 1872. Visitors can offer a stick of incense to Kannon as a form of worship, just don't burn your arm. We escaped the rain and had a lunch at Gion Kirara. This was the best tempura we had our entire trip. They also have a good selection of whiskey from Kyoto. We ordered the set lunch featuring the seasonal tempura and Kyoto-style dishes. If you're in Gion, give it a try. Fun fact, Kobeni coffee in Japan is surprisingly good. For about 200 yen, you can have a latte with freshly ground beans in minutes. Nijo Castle was built in 1603. Here's the Chinese-style Karamon Gate and the secondary circle of defense known as Ninomaru. This opens up on Ninomaru Palace, which is the residence and office of the shogun when he was in Kyoto. The corridors had nightingale floors that squeak when stepped on as a security measure against intruders, which I thought was pretty interesting. The garden was designed by Kobori Enshu, a landscape architect, painter, poet, aristocrat, and tea ceremony master. The admission is 800 yen, plus an additional 500 yen to enter Ninomaru Palace. We've arrived at Kinkakuji, the Golden Pavilion. The two top floors are covered in gold leaf, but each floor has its own architectural style. The second floor is built in the Bukei style, used in samurai residences, and the top floor is in the style of Chinese Zen Hall, with a phoenix on top. There's a pine tree here that is 600 years old and shaped like a sailboat. I'm having trouble seeing it, but it's still cool. Shout out to Mimi from MY Kyoto Travel Center. She was the best, and we can't recommend them enough. See the description for more info. The bartender at our hotel raved about the cheese naan here, so we had to try it. It was sort of like a sweet quesadilla. We drank it with some Nepalese beer and it was perfect. The staff was amazing and everything that came out of the kitchen looked delicious. Inside of the posh Ace Hotel, you'll find the Piopiko Bar and Taco Lounge by Michelin-ranked chef Wes Avila of Los Angeles. We lucked out and we were here on a Taco Tuesday where they have a live DJ from 5 to 11 and tacos for 600 yen. In researching Kyoto, we discovered Ben Richards' digital guide to Kyoto, where he recommended a bike tour with Good Day Velo. Ben is an incredible photographer, and if you're looking for a unique experience in Japan, check him out. We chose the early morning session that started around 7:30 and lasted about 5 hours. Naoki, the owner, is incredibly knowledgeable and makes a great cup of coffee. This was by far our favorite experience. If you crawl through the hole in Breakup Rock, you can end a bad relationship or initiate a good one. And all of those pieces of paper are the wishes of people who pass through. We popped by a pulchritudinous pagoda for a picture. I love alliteration. When the cherry trees are in full bloom, this park becomes Kyoto's most popular spot for cherry blossom viewing parties, Hanami. And the sakura are starting to bloom. Chionin Temple was a little extra special. You enter through a Sanmon gate, and this one is the largest wooden gate in Japan. That's pretty cool. But the extra special part was our guide, Naoki, was a member of this temple. He told us about his experience and how this sect of Buddhism broke from tradition and made it accessible to the masses, which it previously wasn't. And that change was led by Honen Shonin. From what I understand, these 5 colored ribbons run from here into Miedo Hall and are connected to the original hands of Honen enshrined here. Oh, and we're stopping at any sakura we see that are starting to bloom. Sanmon gates like this one represent crossing onto sacred ground, and this sacred ground is Nanzenji. It was Emperor Kameyama's retirement villa built in the 1300s. It was later converted into a Zen temple. The temple grounds are open to the public free of charge, but separate fees apply for entering temple buildings and sub-temples. The aqueduct is part of a canal system that was constructed to carry water and goods between Kyoto and Lake Biwa in the neighboring Shiga prefecture. It's also a good photo op. Had to take a pic of this little guy. Alicia loves Shibas.
Yeah, it's crazy to think you can see right through it.
The Philosopher's Path follows a canal in Kyoto between Jinkakuji and Nanzenji. It takes about 30 minutes if you want to walk it. We made a quick stop by Homanji Temple, on the outside chance there was a sakura that bloomed early. We were so close, but so far. The temple did have some of the coolest rocks I've ever seen, though. As the weather warmed, it felt like we were on a sakura hunt. And when you found a spot like this, it was such a big payoff, emotionally and with selfies.
Will we make it on time? Will we make it on time? Yes, we will. Okay. Let's go, boo. Let's go. Let's go.
Wife&Husband is a charming cafe that showcases the owner's love of coffee and antiques. We can thank the Netflix series Somebody Feed Phil for the recommendation. The cafe is warm and comforting and full of vintage items they've collected from all around the world. We ordered the honey cheese toast, which was incredible. And then we had a picnic along the Kamo River. They provided a coffee-filled thermos, mugs, and biscuits, and there are chairs and tables available for rent. But watch out for the birds. They will steal your food. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. So let's talk about Nishiki Market. It's known as Kyoto's Kitchen. It's 5 blocks long with over 100 shops and restaurants. You can see the amazing selection of seafood, but there's also Kyoto specialties and seasonal foods like Japanese sweets, pickles, dried seafood, and sushi.
What's in there?
If you like to cook, this is the place you want to pick up a knife or other cookware. I started to fill up on scallops and tempura shrimp and crab. I love seafood so much, this place was heaven.
My boo wants a Shiba Inu.
Oh, look at this one.
Something I found unique to me was the sparrow. At this point I was too full to try one, but I wanted to call it out for the adventurous eaters who haven't encountered it. We heard Kohaku at the Hyatt was great for a drink, but it was so packed we pivoted to the rooftop at K36. There was a line, but it had amazing views. And after sundown, we finally got a table, blankets, heat packs, and beverages. Next time we'll make reservations. The crowd in line at Weekenders is there for a good reason. It's good. If you like good coffee, stop by.
So this is our, let's go with the Kirin, or no, Sapporo. Let's go Sapporo.
This one?
That's it.
Okay, you ready to hit it?
So we are gonna try to buy our very first beer out of the vending machine. See how it goes. I think you're doing great, by the way. You're doing pretty amazing. See the way she's just, look at that. Look at that. Oh. Okay. Here we go. All right.
I was gonna chug it because you have to drink everything right. Like, you can't walk and drink. That was really cold. But yeah, I'm gonna finish it. Go Sapporo. Awesome vending machine beer. We drank so much coffee, so why not one more pick-me-up? I got a fancy latte and Alicia got an Americano. This was just the first time we came here. From Kyoto to Osaka, it can take about an hour, give or take 30 minutes. We arrived early for our food tour, so we wandered and stopped by the Sakatoke for whiskey highballs, and it seemed to be a local spot, which we liked. We came to Osaka for the Osaka Food Crawl by Ninja Food Tours. It's 12,500 yen per person and a great time. Our guide, Taishi, was born and raised in Alabama and went to Japan as a teen for baseball. The tour started in a market, similar to Nishiki Market, but much less crowded. At the first stop, we got an Osaka classic, which is a hearty soup that helped us keep warm in the chilly weather.
Still steaming. What's it called?
This is called oden. It's a one-pot dish that is, you can see it.
We swung by a floor in a building full of bars, but none of them were open yet. The third stop had 3 dishes, a couple fried delights, and a marinated protein.
The restaurant owner is a fishmonger, so he goes there every morning to get what's fresh, and that's why all the menus handwritten.
A Sebring, like the car?
Our fifth stop was another Osaka classic, takoyaki, aka fried octopus balls. The final stop was a delicious little custard tart. Our tour, our guide, the group, they were amazing. We highly recommend it. We're finally back in Kyoto, and it's so beautiful at night. And we have to leave, but there's still so much we want to do. And we're definitely going to come back. But before that, we're going to give you our final thoughts. Kyoto was phenomenal, but 4 days wasn't enough to cover everything. There was a lot of art and a lot of craftsmanship that we just didn't have enough time to see in the time that we had. I also want to manage expectations. Everything that you see on social media is peaceful and serene, and we were there during a busy time, so it wasn't exactly peaceful or serene. It was busy because Kyoto's so phenomenal. You can find pockets that are peaceful and serene, like we did with the morning on the Velo bike tour, but it was difficult for us to do that being first-timers to Kyoto. Our favorite experience was the bike tour. It was phenomenal because of the peaceful way it started, and we just felt like we got a local's view of Kyoto. Our favorite dish was the honey cheese toast at Wife&Husband. It was, I can't even explain it. It was ridiculously good. If you go there, get that, you won't be disappointed. And we're pretty bummed that we didn't get the opportunity to walk all the way up the trail of 1,000 torii gates or spend more time in Osaka. All in all, just manage your expectations if you go there during a busy season. You're gonna love Kyoto.